So guys, I'm down here. Obviously, the number 4 and number 5 game. And Claire, I'll start with you here. Obviously, it was a big win for senior night, but that game kind of decided where you were going to play first round. How much of an advantage was it playing here at home in this first round?
Well, I mean, obviously any game we have at home is an advantage because it's our home court, we're comfortable. But I think it definitely made a big difference since it was WestCon that we were playing today. You know, the difference between coming here, taking our time, setting up at home, or sitting on a bus for 4.5 hours is obviously huge. And with playing them at home last year and beating them here earlier in the season at home, I just think it was a huge advantage to get to do that all over again.
And Alexis, obviously, you know, UMass Boston has been a thorn. UMass Boston has been a thorn. Guys have to bring to the table against them?
I mean, we lost to them last year in the championship, but we're looking for revenge. We didn't play well last time, but we're coming with the intensity that we just played with this game. We're looking to win this. This is our game.
Guys, I'll let you go. Great win here tonight. Coach, on to you. You know, we talk about how big of a factor it is playing here at home, and as we said, I mean, this game was decided not necessarily by the senior night win against Rhode Island College, that 3-1 victory, but but out and out, you know, that game really decided the fate of this. And as Claire said, 4.5 hours on a bus really plays a huge factor. Western Connecticut didn't come out very strong the first 2 sets, and that might have hampered them. So obviously that was big. But moving on to UMass Boston, how can you guys control the way that you play in set number 1?
Oh, that's a good question. UMass Boston's tough. They've always been tough. We've played them pretty well in stretches, and we always play them tougher at home than we do at their place. And I mean, a lot of that I think has to do with, like Claire said, we're comfortable when we're in this gym. We practice here, we play here, we have our routine, and we know what to expect. So playing there is a little bit more of a challenge just because it's different. It doesn't help that they're also pretty talented. So, you know, I think when we played there this year, we weren't ourselves, and we didn't play like we typically do. In fact, we really kind of struggled a little bit. You know, if we're going to win this thing, which I think we're capable of, I'd rather beat the best teams all the way through. And you know, right now, UMass Boston, I mean, they're regular season co-champs, and they're the number 1 seed because they're a pretty damn good team. And if we want to get to NCAAs, we're going to have to knock off a couple really good teams to get there. So, you know, we'll prepare tomorrow. I'm sure that they're probably watching some of this game and breaking down some film. So we'll see if we can pull out a couple tricks to keep them off guard. And, you know, just play as hard as we can. I thought one of the nice things that we did tonight, we came out with so much energy. And we're able to maintain that really for the first 2 full sets. And so we were able to play with that. We get into that zone where we're playing hard, we're having fun, and we look good at the same time. And we're a pretty tough team to beat when we have that. So hopefully we have that when we show up in Boston on Thursday.
Coach, one more question, and all the credit in the world. A very young Western Connecticut team. They played extremely well, especially in those back 2 sets, but you guys really controlled the first 2 sets. You controlled your own destiny for the most part of this game, but you know, Western came back, they fought hard, they closed out that 3rd set. How did you go about and how did you talk to these girls, getting them prepared for that 4th set? Because really it was anybody's game from there on out.
Well, that's a great point. I mean, you're right. They are a little bit of a younger team. We have a little bit more senior experience, I think, than they do. So that's helped us kind of throughout the year, actually. But they're also well coached, and you know, they came back from 0-2 just to get into the playoffs earlier or I guess it was Saturday, a couple days ago. So you know, we went into that. We kind of, I thought that we dropped down a little bit in that 3rd set. We didn't play quite as crisp as we had the first 2. So, you know, between sets 3 and 4, we just talked about getting that energy level back to where we were, knowing that, you know, WestCon wasn't going to be afraid of being in an 0-2 hole because they had just done it a couple days ago. And that one of the dangers when you're playing a young team is giving them confidence. And so, you know, they start to play that 3rd set, play a little better. They win that 3rd set, and you could see in the way that what they were attacking us, especially, that they were playing with much more confidence than they did the first 2. I mean, we jumped out to good-sized leads and then kept them the whole first 2 sets. They really were never really in the game, either of those 2. but belief is, if you can take belief away from a team, you're in great shape. If you give belief back to a team, it gets a little more challenging. And I think that we talked about that a lot between sets 3 and 4 was, hey, let's come out in set 4, let's kind of set the tone early, get back to playing with that same crisp energy that we had been in sets 1 and 2, and let them know that if you're going to beat us in set 4, you're going to have to work really damn hard to do it. And we got a 3, 4, 5 point lead, and we're able to kind of play side-out volleyball from there on out. So I was proud of the way we came back, because it would have been easy to kind of fold a little bit in that 4th set.
So, Coach, that's going to do it here, and obviously a huge win, 3-1 against Western Connecticut. UMass Boston's been a thorn in the side of Plymouth State. We'll see how they handle it this weekend. November 2nd, Plymouth State will be in UMass Boston. That should be a great game, Coach. I'll be watching it from home. Good luck to you, and we're going to send it right back up to the booth, so back up to you guys.
All right, thank you.